Hey guys, I'm Apple and I uninstalled Overwatch. Wow, Apple, you uninstalled a video game from your computer. Wow, that is just absolutely life-changing, game-changing news. Yep, definitely something worth making an entire YouTube video explaining. See, I hear you, but the reason that I felt like this was something kind of worth making a YouTube video about is because, for those of you that don't know, I actually have an estimated 5,000 hours in Overwatch. I've been playing Overwatch since day of release. Day of release was in May 2016, and I think like when I'm uploading this video, yeah, it's gonna be May 2021, which means 5 years of Overwatch, 5,000 hours into Overwatch. And also, when I actually started streaming, I started streaming with the intention of being an Overwatch streamer. You know, that's why I made my channel. It was the first game that I streamed. It's still my most streamed category to this day, even though I don't stream it anymore. You know, like if it wasn't for Overwatch, I probably wouldn't be streaming. Like I said, I started streaming to be an Overwatch streamer. It didn't really end up working out like that, but yeah, over the years, I've always followed like various Overwatch content creators. I've always kept up to date with the new updates, new maps, new characters, the metas. I would always watch the World Cup every year. I even remember watching the first season of the Overwatch League with my brother and being like super excited when London Spitfire won it. You know, like it's just been a really big part of my life for the past 5 years. And you know, you may think it's kind of dumb to say that about a video game. Maybe it is, but it's just true. It's even kind of like shaped my life path with streaming and stuff. So, but yeah, what I wanted to talk about today was kind of my reasons for ultimately quitting it, and also kind of like video game addiction. Yeah, I did kind of want to talk about video game addiction because it's something that I think my personality is quite like susceptible to. You know, I definitely have that kind of personality where I latch onto things quite easily, and where I just kind of want to like wake up and just do it like all day until I fall asleep. And I'm definitely someone who's quite susceptible to addiction in different ways, I think. And you know, for a while that thing was Overwatch, you know, hence the 5,000 hours. But yeah, I've come to make this decision to uninstall it, and now I'm going to talk about why. Okay, so in order to kind of start this whole discussion, I feel like we need to do a bit of a story time. So I want to take you guys way back into like 2005 maybe, you know, little baby Apple. Picture this, right? It was, I think, a Saturday morning, maybe in like June or July. I wake up and I'm really excited because there's no school, and I run downstairs, just really excited to like play video games all day basically. My parents are outside in the garden because, you know, it's like the summer. I think they're doing garden things. Not exactly sure where my brother is, I can't remember. But I just go straight down. I don't eat anything, I don't drink anything, and I just boot up the PlayStation, Ratchet and Clank, you know, and I just get stuck right in. Hell yeah! Woo! Gaming. And I literally just played Ratchet and Clank kind of all day until it was like late afternoon, and all of a sudden I started feeling like really dizzy and lightheaded. And I remember this very well. I ran out to my parents and I'm like, Mom, Dad, I don't feel very well. I'm like dizzy and my hands are shaking. And so they bring me back inside, they lie me down on the sofa, get me some water. You know, they're like, what have you been doing? What have you eaten? Kind of thing. And I guess I'm kind of just like, I haven't really eaten anything or done anything. I've just been playing Ratchet and Clank all day. Basically, I think all it was a bit of like dehydration, you know, because it was like a hot day and I was just sort of crunched up on the floor playing video games all day with no food, no water, you know, which wasn't a huge deal because I don't think I was actually like addicted to video games at this age. You know, I was a child and there were lots of things that I enjoyed in life, like hanging out with my friends, hanging out with my brother, hanging out with my dog, reading, astronomy, I don't know, playing outside, whatever. But it's just a memory that's always kind of like stuck in my mind, and I kind of see it as like the first sign that video game addiction could be something that like I'm susceptible to, or could be something that would affect me in the future. The month of September 2014, right? This was kind of a pivotal month in a few ways for me. I started my second year of college. Just as a quick like British terminology translation note, by college I mean sixth form college, so I was 17 years old at this time. I started college and Destiny came out. The game Destiny came out in that month. The second year of college for me personally was probably like the worst year of my life. It was really rough. I won't go into like the deep, dark, you know, depressing details of why, but in short, it was just really bad and I was just really depressed. My attendance at college dropped to about like 20% that year. Pretty much every single night I would just go down into the conservatory and load up Destiny and just play Destiny until like 5 in the morning or something. It really was kind of like an escape for me. And then at 5 a.m. I would like turn it off and kind of tiptoe upstairs. We had really creaky staircase in this house, so it was very difficult, but I would like slowly tiptoe upstairs to try and get into bed so my parents didn't know that I was up so late. And then I would get like 1 or maybe 2 hours of sleep before I would have to be woken up because it was time to go into college in the morning. And then by that point I would be so tired, you know, on top of like just generally being so depressed and hating college so much, that I would often just not go in. Or sometimes I would go in, but then after registration I would walk out because I just freaking hated college so much. I hated it. I really hated it. Yeah, and so this time in my life was definitely the first time where I was legitimately addicted to a video game. The catalyst for it was definitely like my current situation because I was really not enjoying college, as I've said like 10 times, and depressed and stuff. That's kind of why I did it. During high school, when I was in a really good place in my life, just having a great time, you know, I played video games a very healthy amount. In fact, I didn't really play a lot of video games in high school. I remember I played a lot of Halo during high school, but other than that, not a whole lot really. But yeah, at 17, I was addicted to Destiny. Thankfully, I managed to scrape, you know, still decent grades with 20% attendance. I don't know how I pulled that off, but I did. I graduated, I got the hell out of there and never looked back. And then Overwatch came out. So yeah, that was kind of unfortunate timing because it's like, oh, I've graduated from college, I'm no longer in this shit situation. My life's kind of like getting back on track and I'm thinking of going off to uni and stuff. You know, I was on a gap year, I was traveling, I had a part-time job, like things were looking up, you know. And then, yeah, bam, Overwatch came out. When Overwatch came out, like, I wasn't, see, here's the difference, right? Like with Destiny, I think I only really became addicted to it because I was having a bad time in real life, and it kind of was an escape. But with Overwatch, I was legit just addicted to it. Like there wasn't really any reason. It's just, the concept of it kind of brought me back to like the Halo Reach matchmaking. Team versus team, PvP, like objective type games with like, yeah, payloads or King of the Hill capture point type things like that I loved in Halo Reach matchmaking. But with the addition of ranked, it was the ranked mode that really got me, like hook, line and sinker. Like I said, I had a part-time job and I was also traveling a little bit because I was on my gap year and going to festivals and stuff like that. So yeah, I had like other stuff that kind of pulled me out of just playing Overwatch 24/7. But if I hadn't had the other stuff going on, I would have just played Overwatch 24/7, 100%. That Overwatch was the game that really got me addicted. In 2016, like in the September of that year, I started my first year of uni and I didn't have like my own console or PC or anything to take with me. In my first year of uni, I didn't play any Overwatch. I actually just experienced uni as uni, and I was really grateful for that. And this is actually how I discovered Twitch, because I couldn't play Overwatch myself. I ended up kind of like finding some Overwatch content creators online. The big ones that come to mind for me are Loserfruit and XQC. So that's kind of what actually exposed me to the Twitch world, really, and what kind of ended up obviously for me having the thought of like, oh, this looks kind of cool, maybe I should try it, which is why I ended up starting streaming a few years after that. Yeah, so basically in my second year of Overwatch, in my second year of uni, I saved up and I got myself my own gaming PC. This was the time in my life where I decided that I wanted to become a pro Overwatch player. I didn't really realize at the time how ambitious that desire was. I just kind of felt like if I grinded enough and if I put enough time into the game, then I would naturally rank up. I'd get to Master, I'd get to GM, I'd get to top 500, then I could get signed in the Overwatch League, That was like my imagined path of progression. Obviously, it didn't go like that, because getting to GM in Overwatch is really, really fucking hard. I grinded so much. I tried really, really hard, and my peak SR was 3,790, playing Zen during the Brig Triple Support meta. So yeah, I decided while I was in uni to just kind of focus on uni, and I found that it kind of just became almost like a comfort thing, or like a default thing. If I didn't have anything specific that I needed to do at that time, my default was just like, I'll play Overwatch, And I think I kind of was able to justify that in my mind, because I was thinking that I would make YouTube content about Overwatch. I think really that was less of like an actual legit reason to play it and more of just an excuse, and yeah, like a way for me to justify the like a kind of addiction by being like, well, there's a reason I'm gonna make YouTube content, like it's productive, I swear. But it really wasn't, because I would play Overwatch like all the time off stream, and I have like 5 videos, So like the amount that I was actually playing Overwatch compared to what was coming out of that as a video, like the ratio was just completely off. And I think I finally realized that just this year, like recently, and I decided to just try uninstalling it and seeing if that would help me be more productive and just have like a better mindset of things, upload actual like things to YouTube instead of just always saying like, oh yeah guys, I'll make Overwatch YouTube videos and not doing it. Stream more frequently and more consistently, maybe work out and get like more healthy and fit IRL, and maybe do more art, do more writing, just like I just wanted to see if I could like positively improve my life by taking out Overwatch. And guys, you know what I found? Taking out Overwatch really positively changed my life. More creative, more active, more productive, more everything. If you take away that like comfort thing that you always defaulted to when you were doing nothing, you suddenly have a whole lot of like nothing to do things with. Actually use this nothingness time well, instead of just that kind of default condition to be like, oh, I'm not doing anything, I'll play Overwatch. But yeah, so the main crux of this is that I was addicted to Overwatch. It negatively was affecting my life, in my opinion, because I had unrealistic goals and just stupid ways of justifying it that weren't really legit. And I've made the decision to uninstall it. For the first week, it was very difficult, and I found myself constantly sitting down and being like, oh, let's play Overwatch. Oh, wait, I can't play Overwatch. Oh my God, what the fuck do I do? Very tempted on multiple occasions to reinstall it. That's why I kind of delayed making this video, because I didn't want to make this video like the week that I uninstalled it and then reinstall it like 2 days later, and then this video is meaningless. But at this point, I think I've had Overwatch uninstalled for like a month, and because everything is so much better, I don't think I'm anywhere close to reinstalling it. Will I reinstall it ever? Yeah, maybe I will, but at least in the near future, I don't think I'm going to be reinstalling it. If any of you guys have like similar experiences, or just any kind of like thoughts or things you want to say on the topic of either Overwatch or video game addiction, or or anything else, I guess. I don't know, narwhals. Feel free to, you know, leave it in the comments below. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you on stream. And yes, goodbye Overwatch. It was a wonderful 5 years, but I'm moving on to better things.